Scientists' terrifying new discovery in Africa that changes everything. What if I told you that everything you know is a lie? That the world is not what it seems, and that there are forces beyond our understanding at work? Well, strap in, because that's exactly what scientists have discovered in Africa. If you're ready to have your worldview turned upside down, then hit play and let's get started. If you're in Africa's southern region, you'll be surrounded by lush greenery. Jungles and rainforests are quite typical. However, the habitat and climate are quite different in the northern section of Africa, a region that has been destroyed and turned into a desert. These variations are substantial. In fact, it's so enormous that the Sahara Desert in North Africa could engulf Spain 18 times over. That is huge. This is so big that it takes up 1/3 of the whole surface of Africa. Sand dunes make up a significant portion of the desert, making up around 15% of the Sahara. Other topographical characteristics include salt flats, mountains, plateaus, plains with sand and gravel, and more. Scientists assert that thousands of years ago, this vast desert really wasn't a desert, but rather a vast rainforest. But what happened to cause such a significant change? This question's solution transports us back in time by many thousand years. This occurred between 4,500 and 8,000 years ago. Logging activities in the area, which led to the gradual deforestation of the area, are one of the primary factors credited with transforming the Sahara into the Sahara Desert, similar to the logging activities now taking place in and around the Amazon rainforest. The problem with logging operations is that they physically kill biodiversity within areas in addition to removing plants, species, habitats, and botanical variation. More harm than we know may be done by the footprint left by people, machinery, chemicals, and disturbance of the natural ecosystems in that area, including the soil and movement patterns. Farmers in the region overgrazed grass in areas where there were livestock, which is another reason why the Sahara turned into a desert. As a result of animals eating the vegetation that retains the region's moisture over time, there was less moisture in certain areas. The pace at which events were occurring in the area may have been accelerated by the use of fire by the nomadic people, who formerly lived in this area, as a technique for managing their property. Unbelievably, they discovered several intriguing artifacts, bones, and other things in this area. In fact, they discovered whale bones that are thought to date back millions of years. The evolution of the creatures in the area is fascinating. They were originally terrestrial animals that evolved into aquatic species when they submerged. However, as the water level dropped and the desert took shape, they were unable to continue living in the water. Whether you believe it or not, there is a link between the Sahara Desert and the fabled Atlantean metropolis. This brings us to the so-called Eye of the Sahara, which is really a miraculous bullseye. The Gulba el-Richat is another name for the Sahara's desert. A huge bullseye-shaped archaeological marker may be seen in the Sahara Desert. This covers a 40-kilometer long section of the desert. Only a few indigenous tribes have knowledge of the creation for generations. The Gemini astronauts captured their first image in the 1960s. They utilized it as a marker to monitor how their landing sequences were coming along. Later, a different satellite photographed it and recorded data on its size, height, and extent. It was formerly believed that the Eye of the Sahara was the result of an object striking the Earth's surface from space. The geological dome is genuinely grounded in Earth. It was discovered after examinations from the rock within the structure were completed. According to legend, the rocks are 100 million years old. The strata in the rock have allowed them to measure a great deal, and it also includes a wide variety of stones. The hunt for Atlantis has lasted for a very long time. Anything that has entirely disappeared from society. The ocean has reportedly been extensively searched and is thought to be submerged. However, one YouTuber thinks that the Eye of the Sahara is exactly the same size and form as the metropolis of Atlantis, according to Plato. The region's mountains, rivers, and other archaeological-based locations do seem to correspond to the fabled metropolis of Atlantis. It also coincides with the supposed disappearance data of the city of Atlantis. There are several enigmatic relationships that pertain to the Sahara Eye. Also in the area, intriguing clay pottery was discovered. The Egyptians who lived near the Nile did not utilize these items. The clay in question was utilized by a local tribe. There is still so much to learn about this area. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you found it as interesting as I did, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one.